Hello, everyone.
Candy.
Yes. Yes.
Beating me.
Oh, to the hellos. Yes. Oh.
That is unkind.
Were you in chat last week, Matt?
Yes. With CB.
Yeah, with Sherry and CB. Sherry betraying CB.
Yeah, I got there
at a high level.
Yeah, I got there late to that stream, but I was there to harass CB at the end with being the second-rate assassin that she is.
So, fun fact, I don't remember what I did. I think I was like, yes, I said that we're live everywhere before the countdown finished. Fox should be proud or something. And then I'm like, Fox, he's not saying anything. Watch this be the 1 week he's not here. And then a couple minutes later, he's like, hey, I'm here late. Yeah, how dare you be late?
Sorry.
No, Cody will be here. Cody is just running late because of work stuff, but he will be here. He said it'll be about 20 minutes late. So, hello. Yes. So until then, it's just me and Matt, which, best combo anyway.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi.
Except Matt has family stuff to do on our birthday.
I know.
This year. Cody is fashionably late.
Stream.
But it's okay. In honor of Matt and my birthday this month, we're going to do a Fantasy Talk reunion with one other person who is also going to be there. Matt, who's your other co-host? I'm checking my schedule.
I believe it's Sophie, if I'm not mistaken, on the 23rd.
I haven't posted the August schedule in Discord. Now I got to go to Milanote. Look, y'all, I'm a Virgo. I've got everything in 5 places. Yes, it's Sophie.
Yeah. Birthday bash plus Sophie.
Yes, fellow hex person. Hello. Yeah, on our actual birthday, Jessica and Sherry will be joining me for shenanigans and games and stuff. I haven't planned it out yet. We're just doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what people are going to be doing today. I don't know what I'm doing today, except eating my dinner. Because somebody stole my sandwich from Publix and they had to remake it, so I got it late.
I mean, while it was probably just someone grabbing the wrong sub, I like to think it was a planned heist.
Apparently, because the people behind the thing were like, yeah, people have been doing that today. So apparently people have just been taking subs. But see, the thing is, not all of the subs are prepaid for because we do the pay in store option since Chris is normally picking up other things while also in the store. So it's like people are just grabbing random subs, rolling the dice, hoping it's something they'll eat.
They've got to have a guy on the inside then. That's what this is.
There's a maple honey turkey sub up. Grab it.
They have a walkie-talkie in the back.
Somebody just got the chicken tender sub. Buffalo.
Get in here.
They put some olives on it, but you know what? I don't give a fuck. Grab it anyway.
That'll happen sometimes at where I work, which is a coffee shop. And we don't write names on the cups because I don't want to know the customers' names. And so I don't want to know it. And so, but the order is written on the cup and it's sitting out there. And I've literally had someone grab a hot drink, a very obviously hot drink, take a drink of it, and then go, mine was supposed to be iced. And then I go, You think it maybe wasn't for you then?
You think when you touched it and it was hot, it probably wasn't your ice.
The hot drinks go in paper cups, and cold drinks go into plastic cups. And so when you see a paper cup, you gotta assume that's a hot drink. And to drink it and then go, I ordered something cold that also wasn't this in any way.
So, a fun, like, a side thing on the heist. I saw a tweet earlier that was like, one of my sister's kids, or like, my spouse, our safest fireproofs, my sister's kid. Hey, can I practice robbing it? And then the person was like, y'all, this isn't even the same child who asked for a lockpick for Christmas. They are one step away from planning a heist.
This is like some like fantasy thieving gang just being raised in suburban America.
Right? It's like, it's stories like that. It's just great. It's just great.
The safest fireproof child checks something off of a notepad.
I haven't tried. I need
not
to
fire.
Fireproof ones. How do we get into this one? Hey, sibling, let me see your lockpick set. They're like, no, that's not your job. Your job is the other stuff. I don't remember. My brain died. Let these kids read Six of Crows. All right, we should do the introductions now. Matt, you get to go first and second.
And second. Should I introduce Cody too?
If you think you get... I say if you think you got his intro down, not because I genuinely doubt you, but just because it's an option if you want to or not.
I don't think I have his intro down.
All I remember of it is that he rates gay shit because straight people have had it too good for too long, and the rest of it, I think I'm usually multitasking.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm Matt. I am a writer working on my debut fantasy novel. I also have a short story that is maybe being published in the future. If it's not being published there, it'll be published somewhere. I'll get it out there. I've also got some socials. They're down there hanging out. Check them out. And that's me.
Hello, I am writing mom Samantha Nasset. This is my channel where I talk about writer things, parent things, and writer parent things. I post videos on Thursdays when I do post them because chronic illness is a pain in the ass, so I am no longer consistent queen. But I am consistent with my live streams like this one on Mondays, where sometimes we do productivity sprints and other times we talk about whatever I want to talk about. Is it next week? I believe next week we are talking about vampires, the good, the bad, the bloody. And then the 23rd, we're talking about fantasy, the genre, and all the things. If you would like to keep up to date with all things Sam's, you can sign up to my newsletter linked down below at samanthaalnasset.com. If you would like to support what I do here, I do have a Ko-fi linked down below.
Candy already said it, but, give Sam money.
Sounds so crestfallen.
Give Sam money.
I think that is all the things. It's fine. I just asked that I get the talking points by the Friday before. I mean, I don't have my talking points yet, if that makes you feel better, Jess. I'm the host.
Well, good thing we got some writing sprints coming up. Work on talking points. There we go. That's
right. I'll be reading vampire things while I eat my sandwich. I'm not firing you. You're fine. Yes.
Jessica has the flair that was taken away from me.
Will you go away? Sorry, my cat is just like, bread, you have a sub? I want your bread. Give me your bread. Here, have a piece of bread. The one thing that can detract her from bothering me.
Our cats really need to share a sub. Because my cat's favorite food is like little turkey lunch meat. So if we give him a turkey sub, my cat can have the meat, your cat can have the bread.
Yes. Dude,
and that'd be really cute.
She loves turkey so much, or not turkey, she loves bread so much that we cannot leave it anywhere. Like,
so
I'm talking
funny.
wrapped in plastic. She will eat through the plastic to get to the bread. All of my breads right now are in cabinets instead of like on top of the cabinet, where, because like if it's wrapped in plastic normally, you're like, oh, the bread should be fine. But she's like, no, I will get on that cabinet that I never get on otherwise, and I will
get
eat.
that bread.
And it's not a small hole. No, it's huge. And then you've got like this little gap of there's like 5 or 6 slices of bread as she was nomming into it, and you're like, I don't even think that's good for you, but you know what,
Yeah, like,
it is what it is. She's living a good life. We'll just
yeah, I mean, good for her, but like, cats eating bread?
right?
That's so strange. I love it.
She's obsessed. We cannot. And like my child, I was like, I showed Chris this huge bread box, and he's like, we don't have like anywhere to put it, and I'm like, no, I have places to put it. What you don't understand is if I had the room in those cabinet shelves to put these other things, I could put the bread in the bread box. But the cat eats the bread. And then like once she's chewed through the plastic and had her fill of bread, the other cats are just like, bread,
you say?
Why not? Because they'll just eat anything. And I'm like, why do I have an army of bread-eating cats?
Why do these cats love carbs?
Give cat bread. Look, I don't condone giving cats bread because I genuinely don't know if it's good for them, and I do not want to know because I do not want to worry about my cat. It is a fight I have given up on. She will just live her happy days as long as she lives them.
They're gonna elevate up to pasta here soon.
Oh no, she doesn't like pasta. Just bread. Literally, it's like
so just the breadsticks.
It's the only human food she will eat. She will not eat any other human food. And apparently not if it's covered in mayo, because she was like rejecting the little piece of bread I gave her. And I couldn't figure out why, because she kept trying to go back to my sandwich, and then I like ripped the mayo part off and put it back down, and she's like, yes.
Just very anti-mayo.
Oh my god, it's gone now. My dog likes to eat uncooked pasta. I think somebody told me that like pasta is basically just a stick of sugar. And I'm like, is it? I don't think that's quite it, but yes. Cats love muffins. No muffins. Also, as far as the vampire thumbnail fox, I am sure I have some edgy, dark picture in my folders that will work. I cannot at this point in time genuinely believe I would lack one. The Coven photo shoot alone probably has something. Or my edgelord video thumbnails. Because we delete nothing. I know you're not searching through all of them. I'm just saying. There's, and some pasta is made of flour and eggs and salt. Good to know. Anti-mayo bread.
Me too.
I love how everybody's just resonating with Artemis today.
Yeah.
This is
while I would definitely eat a slice of bread if it was slathered in mayo. I don't know that I'd eat that slice of bread.
This is why she is the patron saint of
She has good taste.
Yes. I typed in 20 min and it's like 20-minute timer. 20-minute timer, Samantha L. Nasset. Yes, it knows me so well.
It knows what you want.
It knew what I was going for first.
Bread timer.
Bread timer. Yo, I genuinely don't know how much work I would get done if it was just 20 minutes of bread rising, because that just seems like one of those things that I just sit there while eating my sandwich and going, yes, this is life.
Oh. I really wanted some bread.
What is everybody working on today?
I'm working on that debut fantasy novel I was talking about. I am finishing up, hopefully tonight or tomorrow-ish, the third to last chapter. So then after that, I will have 2 left in this initial draft. So we're getting there. I was supposed to finish in like May, and here we are.
And here we are. I'm going to be working on apparently reading a story that I'm
Oh.
supposed to be reading that I completely forgot about and will need resent to me probably. But then I will be doing research because apparently I must now do research for both vampires and fantasy because my next video is the fantasy genre, which I will have that motherfucker out before our live stream. It's gonna happen.
It'll happen.
Yes. Editing videos for Video Every Day, August. Yes. Oh, don't forget to like the stream and subscribe to the channel.
Both of these things are true and very good ideas.
Thank you. I was about to start the timer without sharing it. Just nobody else would know. Totally.
Everyone else, you're on your own for the timer this week. you have phones. They have timers on them, I'm sure. Figure it out.
Outline /0 draft for book 3. Hopefully the last of my series. Ooh.
Nice.
Finishing things off. All right. And here we go in 3, 2, 1. Go, go, go. Hello, 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 and we're back. And we're back with a Cody.
We found Cody along the way.
Hello, I'm
It's
here.
about the Codys you find along the way.
Yep.
That's life for you.
So how did everybody do? I finished my sub and 2 1/3 pages of the 3-page short story I'm reading, which is a really good short story, and it makes me really sad that nobody else is going to read it, but it's fine. I get to enjoy it, at least.
I wrote 263 words of punchy action.
Oh.
So that was fun.
I thought you were going to say punchy, ouchie, ouchie. At least that's how
I should have said
in my
that.
head.
Punchy, ouchie.
That's like, damn it.
Next
was a good joke.
Next time.
I'm setting our break timer, so chat, give me a moment.
Oh.
Anyone else find it convenient that CB wakes up from her nap around the time Cody shows up?
No, not at all. There's no connection.
So, to be fair, though, from an objective standpoint, CB usually only assassinates people who guessed with her,
True.
and she's your known rival. So, wouldn't it make more sense to suspect you of having tried to do something to Cody and CB of having saved him?
Wait, we're known rivals? Wait, hold up.
No, Matt.
I was gonna
So
say,
maybe
when did this happen?
when she's asleep, she rescues people with like some weird little astral projection thing. Sleeping CB is the anti-assassin.
She just she saves people from your assassinations just so you can't get one up on her.
I would never assassinate a co-host.
This conspiracy of my apprentices goes deep, y'all.
I would never take out a co-host. I am above
You say that, but on the way home, there was a truck that said Matt's Assassins, so...
Okay, we would drive something far more fuel economic than a truck.
It was
we would be in hybrid, damn it.
It was a hybrid truck.
Fuck. All right, yeah, that was us.
That's how I do.
Gotta get that rebranding. Okay. Hello, you came in during a sprint. I'm very notorious for not looking at chat at all during sprints, so I say hello now.
Hello.
Yes, the dancing kitty. She and I have a love-hate relationship. She tolerates it so that she can get pet and stuff. Today it was
I love
her.
She hates me. That's how it goes.
No. She loves me. I hate her. No, I'm kidding. We both love each other. We both love each other, and we both like to fuck with each other. Like, legitimately, she'll do things that she specifically knows bugs me. And it's just... But normally it's my fault because I was bugging her first. So, usually I'm the instigator. And then, yes, the nap. Cody and See, Jess noticed their appearance.
See? Awful convenient.
I don't know. I never know.
A wild Candy appears. Candy was the first one here today. She was just not texting and driving like a responsible human. I'm about halfway through a rough cut edit of my video. Oh yeah. 149 words. Woohoo! You know what, Matthew? Matt, what?
Yeah, you backpedaling.
Cody's just out here telling people how to stalk him.
I mean, hey, branding.
You're right.
Killing
we
people
assassinate one at a time, not with rising seas.
Look, we are economic friendly, okay? I have so many, I've got 2 or 3 apps on my phones that I can actually scan products with, so I can attempt to, like my chocolate. I will not buy chocolate that's not, what is the word?
Economically
Sustainable chocolates.
The other big word.
The other big word. I tried. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I still, fuck up some places, but I'm trying.
All you can do is try.
Did a few add-in scenes, adding color and life to it. 600 words, chapter 2. Oh yeah.
Hey.
Hey everyone, it's been a while since I joined up. I got my Ren Fair video up. Woohoo!
Hi.
So we didn't go to Ren Fair this year because still COVID. But I did find some old home videos. And one of them was Michael's first Ren Fair when he was like 1. And we showed it to the children. And so then like after we went to our town fair, which we went to because it was like population 15 versus the Ren Fair. But so we get home and Michael's like, Mom, I want to go to the Ren Fair. And I'm like, babe, we have to go next year now. They're asking. They want to go. We'll just dress them up as Lynx again. That's my default. And thankfully they love Lynx, so they're good with it.
You can dress up as Link from Four Swords.
Technically, they now dress up as Link from Triforce Heroes. Unless their cousin is with us, then it's Four Swords.
Is Ren Fair short for Renaissance Fair?
Yes. The Renaissance Festival.
I like put that together halfway through. I'm like, oh, that's probably what that is.
That's like, the fuck is a Ren Fair?
Like a Ren Fair? Who is Ren?
Who is Ren? Why do they have a whole fair?
Yeah, awful self-absorbed of Ren to have a whole fair.
It's also funny in Detroit. I live close to. There's a place called the Renaissance Center, and we just call it the Ren Sun because it's just like, yep.
There's a standing cat in the window, which was slightly suspicious. I thought that Matt was foolish enough to think he could take out the master with some third-rate assassin. No, that's just my cat trying to be something.
I would enlist a cat though to try to take some people out.
Okay,
let's be honest.
But facts. If you enlisted a cat to take CB out, she would be gone for.
She loves cats.
Me, not so much, but she would be gone for.
Me, not at all. I hate cats. Cats are assholes. Always.
I love cats. I just don't love a cat enough to die instead of it. So
dogs, though, I'm gone. I am dead.
This reminds me of a weirdly specific scenario where it was like an icebreaker thing I was doing with some coworkers. And long story short, one of them was given the scenario of trying to escort another coworker across the store, and the store is filled with cats that are trying to kill her. And she just goes, yeah, I wouldn't make it. Not because I couldn't, but because if the cats want to kill me, I'm sure they have the world's best interest in mind. And I thought that was a really good answer, because cats be looking out.
And
so we had a witch, a sorcerer, and an elf.
Oh,
Matt, you live like 5 miles from the Ren Fair. How do you not know the link?
I've never been, so I just know it as Renaissance Fair.
Excuse me, I would convert the cat to my side. I am the cat whisperer. This.
Okay.
You might. She is a cat specialist. She has like 4, I think. Do you have 4? How many do you have?
How many cats do you have, Matt?
Well, I have 1, but she's really, really cute.
I discovered this weekend there are at least 2 in Ohio, so making plans for 2022.
Hey.
I need to call my anime convention boss and be like, boss, are you still doing conventions, or have you just converted to store only? Because I need to know if I can make some extra money next year. I have a floor I need to redo, and conventions were funding my house remodeling. People will probably be like, "Oh, Sam and Chris are probably pretty comfortable saving up for those floors." Nah, bitches, I worked anime conventions. I left my house for a whole weekend. Worked 40 to 60 hours in 4 days.
Yeah, sounds accurate.
Paid for my house. Well, my floors anyway, not my house. God, that would be some good money if anime conventions be paying a house, though. That'd be great.
I don't know why hearing Matt's story about the cat and the person be like, I would just die. That's it.
I would just.
It reminded me.
That would just be it.
Yeah. Of my roommate's sister. because there's an old tale that says, if you hear your name in the woods, no, you didn't. So we told her, we were like, oh, hey, if you hear your name in the woods, no, you didn't. She's like, if I'm in the woods, I'm dead. I don't know how to survive the woods. I don't know how to hunt.
Flat out. Just
kill one thing straight.
Yeah, she's like, if I'm in the woods, I'm dead. Like, I'm not making it.
Looks around, see that there's like more than 5 trees and just drops.
Yeah. She's like, if my daughter gets possessed, and she's gone. I don't know what to do. I'm just going to close the door and hope for the best. I don't know how to help her. She's gone, I guess.
She goes,
yep. Yep. It's like, I'm just dead. That's it. I don't know how to hunt.
And in a slightly, y'all, I hope, figure out how I made this related in my head in a moment. Do you want to know how bad my flare-ups have gotten in the past, like, year and a half? Mm-hmm. They've gotten so bad that I'm just actively like, give me my fucking shot. Like, insurance, give it, and I will fight you for my shot. And I'm like, I thought I would just die before that ever came out of my mouth. I had a friend who was like, yeah, I got really good at giving myself shots for diabetes. And I'm like, oh no, I'm still not there. Like, nope, that's still Chris's job. Because I will just die if I have to do it myself. I'll be like, yep, I'm good. Throwing up for 4 days? Not so bad if I have to do it myself. No.
So, other fun story. My boss has diabetes. And she was driving in the mountains, right? And she has to give herself a shot. So she just gives herself a shot, but she was driving, so she couldn't. So she turned to her husband.
I just processed everything you said, and I just I can't fully process.
So she's driving, right? And she's like, Dan, give me a shot of insulin. Like, grab my stuff. She's a bag that says my diabetes shit. And so she's like, like, prepare, like, inject me. He's like, so he, like, prepared everything. She's like, I can't do that. How do you do that? No. He's literally, she's like, stick me. I need my insulin, or like, I will die. He's like, it was like hesitant. And she's like, and then like she did it to her. She's like, fuck it, hand me the needle. And she did it to herself like real quick. He's like, how do you do that all the time? That was so nerve-wracking. Like, that's so scary. She's like, you just get so used to it.
Did I tell y'all how Chris and my mother betrayed me the first time I tried the migraine shot? I'm sitting there. Okay, so for everyone who doesn't know, I have a very strong phobia of medical needles. Specifically, not needles in general, like not sewing needles, I'm good with those. Not tattoo needles, good with those. Just medical needles, specifically shots. Like I'm not like, you can take my blood. I don't like it, but it's whatever.
You can do it.
But you're like, Sam needs a shot. Sam's like, no, I'm good. I'm really just. I'm far better about it now after like I had kids, because I wanted to have kids more than I was afraid of the shots. So I was like, this is a thing. And ever since then, I'm like, okay, I can kind of do it. But so I'm sitting here, and you're supposed to like, there's 2 different places they could give you the shot. And I don't remember where it is right now. But either way, all I know is I'm not looking. So I'm like this. And Chris is like reading the instructions, and he's like, okay, so I got to do this. And my mom's with him, because she's like, if you're like working or you're on a guy's weekend or something, when she needs her shot, I need to be able to know how to do it. Because my mother knows me. She knows there's the fucking way I'm doing it. So she's, parenting never ends. It never, I'm 30 and my mom's still like, I need to know how to do her shots. But so they're sitting there and they're like, oh, okay, so then you do that. And then they give me the shot. And they're like, okay, and you got to hold it for like, it's either 10 or 30 seconds. I genuinely don't know the difference because it feels like eternity. But, and then they're like, okay, so we hold that. Oh, that looks really cool. You know, that's pretty cool. And I'm like, I cannot believe you 2 are bonding over this. Well, I'm over here in hell. Like, yeah, no, you're good. You're good. My mom and my husband are just bonding over how cool the needle is. And I'm like, I've never felt so betrayed and hated in my entire life. And they're both, and my mother's just like, stop being such a drama queen. And I'm like, babe, how could you betray me like this? And he's like, I'm sorry, but it's cool. At least he's somewhat apologetic. My mother is just telling me to get over it.
Just get over yourself.
But now I'm like, nah, just give it back to me, because at least I could function. So
I was told I was the happiest person a doctor seen with a needle in my arm. Because I had to get my blood drawn.
That's a special compliment.
Like, I had to get my blood drawn. So they're like, all right, cool. Stab this arm. No blood.
Put that on a resume.
We had to find in which ideal. Oh no.
Oh no.
Stevie's dreaming about having to give her. I am sorry that you dreamt about having to give your campers an EpiPen, and then you come here, and this is what we're talking about.
Yeah. It's very on topic. Wow.
Good way, needles.
I'm pretty sure
Needles.
because I've helped my grandfather before, I can like give anybody else a shot. Just doesn't care.
Yeah.
Like my children getting them, I will hold my children down for the doctor.
Yeah, you're like, I got him, Doc.
Which Chris is squeamish about it because he's like, I don't want to hurt them, and I'm like, "Rah!"
Have them in the head.
Tackle the child.
Go.
Have
The
them in a
nurse-
headlock.
Like one of the first times I did it, I guess most parents don't hold the kids down tight enough or something because they can still get out, but not like vice grip them. Because the nurses were like, "Oh, they're not moving." And I'm like, "Yeah, they're not moving."
You
it's
suplex them. But
The kids in a full Nelson.
yeah.
Body no, I don't suplex the children.
So she stuck me, and she's like, "Oh, no blood is coming out." I was like,
It's
"Oh?"
kind of like, in a less jokey sense, I think it's actually a good transition for them because it goes from just holding them down, and then afterward, I kind of just like loosen it into a hug, and then I hold them, and then they're like, "Mom, I got a shot," and I'm like, "I'm aware."
I held you down.
Like, I know. I'm sorry. Do you want to go
Aw.
get McDonald's? That's like.
So-
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say she stuck me in one arm, blood wouldn't flow. Stuck me in my other arm, blood still wouldn't flow. Went back to the same arm, so I got to have 3 times.
I am blessed with good veins. I have been told that by every nurse that's ever taken my blood. They're like, "Your veins are so nice. It's so easy." I'm like, "That's wonderful. All right, hurry up. Hurry
Yeah,
up."
it's like something from the Vampire Let's Talk.
Right. Darling, your veins.
Your veins are so
Lovely.
nice.
You have such lovely veins.
And then I was like, I don't know what's going on. I ate food today. Is that the problem? And the moment I mentioned food, blood started to flow. She's like, I don't know what you did, but you got it. I'm like, it was food, wasn't it?
It was food, wasn't it?
And I was just talking, and the doctor came in. She's like, "You're the happiest person we've ever seen with a needle in your arm." I'm like, hey, it's fine, whatever. She's like, we've had grown men faint.
Why are
Like,
you mowing at me? What do
They
you
would
want?
just pass out. And here you are, just chatterbox. Like, yeah, that's me. Hello, hi.
What? You mowed. I heard it.
You mouth.
That's my
She
favorite
doesn't
thing to
meow.
play.
She goes, meow. I think my other ones will be like, meow, mom. I have one that legit sounds like he says mom instead of meow, but like, Artemis, she just goes, meow.
Meow.
For
Our
like the
cat's
first
bored.
8 years of my cat's life, she like couldn't make sound, so she would just go.
Oh.
And it was the cutest thing.
Hey, is this what you wanted?
Our cat
She's like,
Thor,
maybe I don't know yet.
we have meow offs, me and him.
What do you want?
Meow off.
Yeah, we just stare at each other.
Oh,
and go,
that's
meow.
me and Boulder or Balder. Balder will be like, meow. I'll be like, meow. And he's like, meow, meow, meow. And we just do that. And then I'm like, what do you want? And he's like, meow.
My favorite is when we both yell meow at each other at the same time. Like, I try to time it. I'm just like, fucking do it. Fucking do it. Meow. How do you like it? Huh?
Meow.
Yeah, like I'm rolling.
See, like, I would be fighting with somebody if they had to stick my kid 10 times. Like, now we're done.
Oh. My mom
There
was a
was-
nurse.
The most anybody had to stick the kids was Michael when he was in the hospital for his kidneys, and one nurse blew out his veins, and I was like, but I was pregnant with Gabriel, and I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, excuse me, what the fuck's going on? And the head nurse came in and bitched her out because she was like, that is a baby. Like, we do not do that. She's like, get out of here. I was like, all right, I don't know what's going on, but I like her.
She's good.
I like her.
We can keep
stay.
that one. The other one I don't want to see again, but that one
I like her.
we can keep her.
What's her name? My mother was a nurse, and every time they had issues, like The moment they had to pull out, plunge back in, she's like, close your eyes. Close your eyes, you'll find it. And they didn't have time to close their eyes. They just found it.
One of my favorite stories with my mother in the hospital is when I was having my oldest, because like my midwife was late and they were trying to push out my pushing stage, and then finally they were like, "Now we have to start it, and if she gets here in time, she does. If she doesn't, oh well." But like the nurse that was talking me through it was British, and she had this British accent, which I don't particularly care about British accents at all, but my mother is in love with them. And so the lady's just like talking me through, and afterwards my mom's like, "Man, I'm so jealous. I wish I had a British nurse when I gave birth to you." And I'm like, and to this day, every now and then, whenever labor stories comes up, she's like, "Oh yeah, I wish I had Samantha's first nurse." And I'm like,
she's reminiscing about them over dinner.
Right? Like,
yeah, she's just like,
Samantha's nurse.
Man, I wish I had them. I just said no one. Like, Grandma, are you okay?
No, it's Nana Witch.
Oh, it's Nana? Yes.
No, Nana Witch.
Nana Witch? Oh, okay. Nana Witch, are you okay?
So here's the thing. I'm from a multi-generational family, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, like, I grew up in a multi-generational house, and there's 4 generations of my family that interact with each other every family dinner and all the things. My grandparents, my mom's generation, my generation, and then our kids, the youngest generation. So grandma is my grandmother, and then Meemaw is my aunt. Then Grandma Maine is my other grandmother. And so my mom was like, she didn't want grandma because my grandma lives with her. And she didn't like want Nana because Nana is another common one, and she's sure that somebody else was going to snatch Nana. So, but my mom likes witches and is very witchy, Halloweeny, or, well, she's not super Halloweeny oriented, just like witch. That's just the thing. Her name's Sabrina the Teenage Witch. My aunt is Serena from Bewitched. I'm Samantha. My sister's Tabitha, both from Bewitched. Amber was a witch in a book my dad read. Witches everywhere. So my mom was like, "I will be Nana Witch." And that is what the children call her. Except my niece at the moment, because she's like, "Nana's not a witch." Her name is Nana Witch. And she's like, "Nana is not a witch."
Nana's not a witch.
Secretly, she's crying in the corner. Like, how did she know? No one told her. Who told the secret?
Who told her? Who told her I wasn't a witch?
Yeah.
There's more needle stories.
Oh my goodness.
I'm reading them so that everybody knows I acknowledge them, but we do have to go into our next sprint. I assume Cody and Matt have lives they need to get to at some point.
Where?
I mean, I just came from work, in case you can't tell. So I live there. It's fine.
All right, so 3, 2, 1, go. Hello, hello, and we're back. I finished reading the short story and started my vampire Let's Talk research.
Nice.
Also fought a cat with head cuddles, and now she's staring over there. Oh, here she comes.
I wrote 224 words of punchy, punchy, ouchie, ouchie, which I remembered to say this time.
Oh, I gotta set our break timer. Yeah, I noticed a phone. Oh, Cody's internet died.
Rest in peace.
So I assume he's trying to fix that. But until he gets that fixed, it is again I and Matt.
Just us.
And the banner I'm removing. You got to post more episodes for Vela. What is Vela?
My mind is going to Rihanna and Umbrella.
Episodes for Vela. Vela.
Ella,
Vela.
Ella,
Eh, eh, eh.
and copyright strike.
Okay, so Cody thinks his roommates hit something while renovating the basement, and that is it.
Well,
How was
CB
that?
now's a chance to take some people out.
It was 20 minutes.
Damn, CB's quick.
1,200 seconds.
Yeah, they have been kind of flying by tonight.
Yeah, that's
I don't know what it is.
We raised it to 20 because 15-minute sprints were too. What it is the sprint stamina is building up, so now we need longer and longer sprints.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for you people, this is my social hour, so
deal with it.
Until my children don't require schooling anymore, this is what we're doing. Because I have to be able to stop at 9-ish so I can get them to bed.
Yes. So
I have one more sprint. Whenever I do my last sprints, you will see this up here. I also like to announce my last sprint. I have been known to do an extra sprint just so I can announce my final sprint. So the next one will be the final one. Woo, watermelon. Yes, CB. We love you eternally.
Hey, I was giving cred. Which is rare
taking me
for
out
me.
again. Huh?
No, not for taking you out.
Oh, good to know.
Cody, we were taking out your roommates for taking out your internet so as to get your internet back.
Oh, yeah. No, they're renovating. Oh.
Okay, so for anybody who writes serialized fiction, apparently Vela is Amazon's new platform for it. I don't know if it's any good or not, but it exists. Do thy research. Decide
it is a thing.
It is a thing.
Vela, it's real.
What I'm here for.
No.
It sounds like something I would have used back in the day when I had time and health to write serialized things.
When I had time and health.
Yes, time and health. But it's like at the moment, my goal is just to keep my snack cabinets organized and the upstairs clean, and that's it. And
I feel that
the rest of the house has gone to hell in the handbasket. But one day it'll be clean again.
All you have to do is say the word snack, and I'm already just thinking of food and the pork sandwich I have in the fridge just waiting for me.
Matt, let me send you a picture of the organization of my snack cabinet.
You know I'd be appreciating organization.
I know. Well, first of all, I'm gonna send you my little new desk organizer that I got, which has a very Sam assortment of things in it.
The first thing I see, I think, is a knife.
Yeah, there's a knife behind my screwdriver and my scissors.
Yep.
Y'all notice I didn't get this photo?
I'm sending it to you, Cody.
Ooh, that is some gorgeous organization. Look at that snack area. Oh, and you got good snacks too.
Made an observation.
Thank you. I'm sending it to you, Cody. Don't worry. It's okay. I spam Jess and Sherry in our WW admin chat with my organization or my cleaning day photos now. Sherry's always like, "Oh my god,
I am thrilled at the Chef Boyardee. Beefaroni is where it's at. It is so good.
I'm the only one who eats the beefaroni.
I love beefaroni. I haven't had beefaroni in so long.
I'm sorry. Is that Trix oatmeal?
Oh yeah, they've got cereal oatmeals now.
We going to fight?
There's Trix, Cinnamon Crunch, Lucky Charms, and Cocoa Puffs are the 4 that they have in our Walmarts, and they're actually pretty good.
I'm going to Walmart after this.
I got some apple cinnamon oatmeal at work, and in a coffee bar, so I have access to things. So I added more brown sugar, more cinnamon, and then I steamed oat milk and used that as the
if you look at one of the pictures of the gray boxes, Matt, you will notice that there are different flavored oatmeals in there as well.
Ooh, I am coming to your house for snacks.
Right?
We've also Sherry saw this picture
too.
Yes, Sherry saw this picture, and she's like, "Are those waffles?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we're trying them out. We're trying out some new easy breakfast foods, because the kids are still kind of little, and until I get the fucking shot, have a chronic illness that makes my mornings very difficult. So now I can just be like, hey, oldest child, pop that waffle in the microwave for 30 minutes or 30 seconds. Not 30 minutes, 30 seconds. So.
And strawberry kiwi is a really, really good choice for the Capri Sun flavors.
I don't either, but it was one of the ones eaten because the first time we bought it, they got the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Lucky Charms, and the Cocoa Puffs. The Cocoa Puffs, Roxy ate those. Like she was like, "This is my chocolate oatmeal," and it's just gone now. And then the boys ate the Cinnamon Toast Crunch one, but nobody has eaten any of the Lucky Charms one, and that's the first one I thought was going to be.
I would be all over the Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh, Trix would be gone. It would be a fight.
Yeah, the Trix is new. We didn't see the Trix, but we got that one this time.
Hi, Chris. How you doing?
It's only been
y'all got me wanting oatmeal at 9:30.
Bruh, no lie. When I was a teenager, I had 2 different midnight snacks. I would just get up anywhere between midnight and 3 a.m. and make myself either a box of mac and cheese or 3 bowls of oatmeal.
For me, it's always frozen waffles. I'll just pop in half a box, a whole bunch of Mrs. Butterworth.
Yep.
Artificial butter. Yep. Go to town.
I also...
my midnight snack, because I can always tell whenever it's midnight, because the moment it hits midnight, my body's like, guess who's hungry? You. I'm like, I do Uncrustables recently.
Uncrustables are a great midnight snack.
So here's the better question: strawberry or grape?
Grape.
So our middle child, because Chris ate the last of a loaf of bread, not sandwich bread, but a loaf of the bakery bread.
Mm-hmm.
Chris ate the last bit of it, and our middle child had an emotional meltdown over this. And I'm like, my God, that is my child. I've had an emotional meltdown over the fact that Chris just bought a bunch of glazed donuts, and it's the only kind of donut I don't like is glazed donuts. And I was just like, there's no donuts for me to eat. So I'm like, this is my child. This is my child right here who is having a meltdown over the fact that there's no more of the loaf bread. And so when we were buying snacks, we made sure he got his choice. And he decided to get some sweet Hawaiian rolls and just a bag of bakery rolls, right? That's how I'm differentiating them.
Oh, they say sweet Hawaiian rolls, and me and Cody are both just...
I know, right?
Both of us are just
tell you,
oh my God.
Between yesterday and today, he has had 2 sweet Hawaiian rolls and 3 rolls of bakery bread, especially since when he got one of the bigger rolls, I was like, hey, let me show you a thing. And I put it in the microwave and heated it up for 15 seconds, and he was like, it's so warm.
Yeah, that's what you do. Slap that bitch and
when I was a young boy, I got started on the eating an absurd amount of food early. I was doing pretty much always, but my parents weren't always like super ready for like their 9-year-old to eat like a teenager. And so one time,
I feel called out.
Right? I'm like, I feel attacked by this story.
They got sweet Hawaiian rolls, and I just kind of sneakily just kind of took them and went upstairs and ate the entire thing of sweet Hawaiian rolls.
So my mom, when I was younger, there was a whole thing with my birthday. So she started getting this birthday cake specifically on my birthday, and it was this kind of an ice cream icing, but like cake. And she would buy 2 for my birthday party, 1 for me, 1 for everyone else. And she gave me it one day in front of my aunt, and my aunt is like, "You're gonna eat," or my aunt's like, "Give me a piece," and I'm like, "You can get a piece of the other cake." And
You
she's
get
like,
the communal cake.
Yeah.
She's like, "You're not gonna eat that whole thing," and I was like, "Watch me!" And I cut it in half, and I ate the first half right then and there, and then I was like preparing for the second half, and she's like, "Oh my god!" And I'm like, "You thought I was kidding? I'll eat my cake and then part of the other cake."
There is an infamous story of me as a child. My brother bought toaster. My brother went to Walmart with my parents when we were kids and bought toaster strudels.
Hold
I was
on,
not
real
a
quick, Cody.
Yeah.
When he was a young Matthew.
So we all went shopping. We all picked up things, and there's the infamous story of the night the toaster strudels disappeared. You can take one guess where they went. All into my gut.
I love toaster strudel.
They're so good. And I was like 8 or 9, and they just all disappeared in one night. And my brother's like, "Where's the toaster strudels?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I don't know where they went. I don't know." And then my mom's like, "Cody, what happened to his toaster strudels?" I'm like, "I may have had 1 or all of them,
or 6, however many are in a box."
Yeah, I was like,
who's
or
the
the entire thing. Yeah, I was like, I don't know, I couldn't tell you. That they found the box, and then they were like, "This was not for you." I'm like, "But they were so good."
The alleged strudels are no longer here.
Yes.
It is heresy to say that it was me. Who knows?
Yes, it's blasphemous.
Who knows what happened to them?
I know not of which the toaster strudels of which you speak. Do we even get toaster strudels? I don't know. I don't know what are those.
No,
they sound good.
I grew up with the appetite of like a young peasant boy, because like it was always like bread, and sometimes I don't know if you guys have.
That's what you mean. It's a very specific appetite.
I was just like asking for bread or porridge or whatever.
I thought you meant like because you seemed like you were always starved.
Yeah,
so you just kept eating. That's
right.
And I was like feeling attacked again, and then you're like, "Because I always wanted bread," and I was like, "Oh."
But listen, bread's great. I love them.
Bread is great. I don't know if you guys have Jimmy John's, the sub place. So if you go in there, you can get like a big ass loaf of their bread from the day before for like a dime. Yeah. Oh my god, I really got him.
I swear, I hate today.
You're so excited about that.
I'm so excited.
Cody left his body to go get Jimmy John.
The artist formerly known as Sister
no longer in this house. So I have a USB switch under my desk that everything's attached to. If I poke it with my foot, everything goes down.
Oh no.
My camera, for some reason, is so sensitive. It's just like, nope.
So
you thought
this is the child. Wrong. This is the child with a strategy. Carrie says, "My bestie's 3-year-old got their hands on a pack of cookies and hid them all over the house. And then for a few days, Bestie would randomly find her munching on cookies." This reminds me of
3-year-old is a squirrel.
Yes.
This reminds me of my youngest, who I don't know how many of you would have heard or read this story, because when it happened, I told like everybody. But she is and was a hoarder. right? And she would steal socks specifically. And let me tell you what she would do with these socks. She would use them to hide everything. Just little pouches.
Putting stuff in the socks.
Video game pouches all over her room and the house. And like so I would go to clean her room and I would just find a bag, right? And then in the bag would be random items as well as socks stuffed with fruit snacks, Pringles, empty Pringles, a fork,
so good.
a dime here and there, and it's just like everywhere. And then if she saw you go, she would get so upset too that you were taking her socks specifically. But she kept wrappers, and it's just I was like, child, no. I had to make sure to stay like. Because normally I would just pick up their rooms and then I would do a thorough deep cleaning once a month or once a season. Not her. No, I had to go in. And it's better now that she's a little older, but she's just kind of gotten more advancedly organized with it. Because she realizes she needs socks for her feet now. So instead of socks, so she will actually, she's very crafty too. She like watches a lot of craft YouTube things. Mm-hmm. So she actually knows how to like she made her own little like box out of paper and glue. And then she'll like make little dolls and stuff. And at first I was like, how is she stuffing these dolls? Is she stealing the fluff from my garage den? Which Matt now has seen my fluff box.
Yeah, you have enough fluff to fill a room.
What she was doing was taking other paper and tearing that paper up and then stuffing her paper dolls with paper. She's like 4 or 5 just doing this because she saw it on YouTube. And I'm like, this child is going to become advanced as me by the time she's a teenager. Like I've got some crafting skills, but I think I will be outdone. But yeah, so like right now she has a bag, or like she's got a bag for her Switch, right? And in this bag is 3 of the little to-go Pringles, just chilling in the bottom of the bag in case she gets hungry while we're out shopping.
Smart.
And like, I don't know how long the Pringles are gonna last before they go stale, but they're hers.
But they are her Pringles.
She's hoarding them.
She will find out later.
Also, Cody, for context on the flip, so my aunt used to sew and make a lot of things, but like she's kind of retired now. She doesn't have time, and just
life.
I want to say she's getting old, but really, hold on. I think she's like just 42. Yeah, she'll be 43, so she's like not that old, but she's a grandmother now, and she acts like she's an ancient being of 90.
Yep. The moment my mom became a grandma, same thing.
Oh my gosh! So apparently, my uncle, which is my mother's younger brother, so he's starting to salt and pepper, and they were visiting last weekend or the weekend before, and I was fucking with my mother because I was like, Mama, your younger brother's getting salt and pepper hair before you. And she looks at him and she's like, you motherfucker. But my uncle, who doesn't actually live near us, he lives a state down, was very confused at first. He thought I was fucking with him because he's self-conscious about it. So he's all like, he's like, Samantha, I said shut up about that. But then like my mother's like, you motherfucker. And he's like, wait, what? And she's like, I have been trying to get gray hair since she had my oldest grandchild. And I'm like, for 9 years, this woman has been trying to get gray hair. And everyone else is getting it first. My dad, my husband, my uncle now. My mother is so salty about it.
But she's not salt and peppery about it.
No, she's not.
Aha.
Hey.
All right.
Gotti.
So this is the box of fluff that my aunt had given me.
That is. We just keep going.
Yeah, no, there's just, you think it's done, there's just more box.
More.
Now,
wait, there's more.
Hold on. The kids broke the box, right? Now, there's not a lot missing there, right? That's not a lot of empty space, one would think.
So
However,
you thought.
Oh, but wait, there's more?
Excuse me.
Just yeet it. Oh.
This is
That is
fluff.
a giant pillow's worth.
Yeah, that trash
I
bag is
could
now a
just
pillow.
sleep on this.
Yeah, the trash
That
bag
looks
now.
really cozy.
I like when I first came in here and I saw that my fluff was just everywhere. I was like, how much fluff did you little demons pull out of my box? And then I like saw the box and I'm like, oh, it expands once it's open.
Expands.
I would have wanted
Let's see what happens.
once opened box to like hunker down inside of box with all the fluff and have a little den.
There's probably enough fluff in that box.
Right? No, there's absolutely enough to just like get in there and just make a little
Hunker.
and hunker.
The 3-year-old's a squirrel. The 15-year-old is a crow who loves the shiny things. At the fair yesterday, she went to every booth of sparkly things. Not sure about the 12 and 9-year-olds. Mine, I call her the goblin because a lot of what she hoards is also shiny, but then a lot of it is just random. So I'm like, I have a goblin in my house.
My first ever cosplay.
It is so much fluff.
It is. My first ever cosplay was a Growlithe, and my mom helped me make it. Right, actually, my mom did make it, so she made it, and the tail was so big. It was actually as big as that trash bag, of just a giant ball of fur, and it would attach to my butt with 3 snaps. It would. I literally walk around, be like, "Oh, I'm tired. Sit." Like, "This is so cozy." My friends would be like, "I'm gonna use your tail as a pillow. Goodbye." I'm like, but wait, I need that. Like, I have to go walk around. They're like, nah, I'm napping. And there was like a giant piece on it, so it kind of like folded open, so like you could like rest on it and like snuggle on in. Like you could cuddle it. It was wild. I miss that thing. It was so huge. It was so old.
Oh, as I search for another timer, so I recently discovered this thing that exists. It's called a moon. I think it's a moon pal. Hold on.
Oh.
I am no longer looking for a timer. I'm now Googling moon pal.
I'm also going to be Googling moon
yes,
pal.
It's a moon pal. It's an anti-anxiety weighted stuffed animal.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, oh God, that was my ear.
Oh.
I'm like, I want to try one. Because it's supposed to be kind of like a weighted blanket, but a stuffed animal, and the way like its ears and limbs are shaped, it's supposed to be able to hug you. And I'm like, oh, that might, work for the children, especially like my middle one, who straight up at the moment just going through a weird thing where he just doesn't want to sleep alone, like to the point where sometimes, so my youngest will be up on the top bunk, and then the older 2 will be on the futon couch together, and then the oldest one wakes up because his brother's just draped over him, and he's just like, I'm done with this. And he goes up to the top bunk where he can have space again, and then I'll come downstairs, and my middle one will come down a couple hours later, and he'll be like, Mom, I am lonely because my brother left me.
Oh,
and I'm like,
so
why are you phrasing it like that?
Praise for maximum cuteness.
That feels really advanced for your age. But okay, you can just come lay here. So it's just, I'm like, maybe I should get him a moon pal and he can just cuddle with it. But yeah, that's like my children have also started using the phrase I realized, and I'm like, age appropriate vocabulary.
I've come to the realization, mother.
Like I'm noticing the words they're using to describe their emotions are very specific lately. And I'm like, is this my fault? Have I done this to them? Because like for a while, I would just be like, I'm sorry that upset you. And they're like, I'm not angry. And I'm like, upset doesn't mean the same thing as angry. And then they're like, well, what does upset mean? And I tell them, and they're like, okay, I'm upset. And I'm like, yes, thank you. I'm glad we've come to this agreement. So I'm just like, parenting. Yes, Cody, go ahead.
I've looked at moon pals.
Yes.
I want all of them.
Bro, they're expensive though.
They are, but listen, okay, here's the thing. I have a weighted blanket. It was the same price. I'll get another weighted blanket. It was
Yeah.
$20.
I
It was
have a-
20
Yeah,
pounds.
that was my thing. They cost about the same as a weighted blanket, and like because Chris and I were thinking about getting the kids weighted blankets, but we were a little concerned because of how much they weigh and just the fact that they go from a top bunk to a couch futon, and if it falls off the top bunk onto
listen,
them,
this
there's
thing is 20
concern.
pounds. This thing is 20 pounds. A little bit you can lift up. The entire thing, I'm dying.
I have a 20
pounds.
pounder too. I want one heavier because I like to stack them on top of each other
Yes!
and go for ultra weighted blanket.
What
Yes.
Matt needs is all of the moon pals to
Just an
dogpile.
army.
Listen, I thought about that, but I'm like, ooh, they are so expensive though. I'll just get another weighted blanket, but they're so cute though. Like, ooh.
See, what we're thinking of doing is getting me a moon pal for my birthday because I'm very hug oriented. When my like PTSD or my anxiety flare up, I very much like need that. And so I'm like, I get me one and then just make my middle child sleep with it for a while and see if that solves his whatever he's going through right now. I don't judge. I just try to work with it.
His cuddling.
They all go through phases.
His love of cuddling right now. Which, listen, I support wholly.
He will only be the big spoon though. Like it doesn't matter. Does not matter who's cuddling him. Like when he comes down to cuddle with us, I must be the little spoon, which is kind of it's cute and comical because I'm still bigger than him.
And I literally just imagine him like putting his head like nestling it under yours because he can't go above.
No,
to watch the movie.
Shoulder.
Oh, okay.
So he'll be on my shoulder, and
I just imagine him like having to like rest his head under yours because he can't see the movie or whatever you're watching. Like a little squirrel, just like just like Mom, I can't see.
All right, are we ready? This is going to be the final sprint because I need to put the children to sleep today.
Ish, and I have things to do.
That phrasing always sounds so much more concerning than it is.
I have to put the children down. I gotta go.
3, 2, 1, go. Hello, hello.
Hello.
And we have finished our final sprint for the night.
I must find my word count. Where?
I have been reading up on vampires and I'm starting to sort out my note. Like, I need 10 talking points, but also I'm like, here's going to be all of the notes that I'm going, because vampires are like one of the oldest mythological categories of monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they had vampiric deities in like Mesopotamia and Babylon.
Babylon.
Babylon and all those places, and it's like, so fun fact, I'm not a huge fan of modern day vampires, but like ancient vampires, I'm like, yes, all of those. So that's probably where a bulk of my shit's gonna come from, and then I'm gonna be like, yeah, so all of these cool things, and then modern day vampires are this.
So you're not 117 years old going to high school in Oregon and falling in love with a girl?
I have so many feelings.
That sounds like a great use of immortality to me.
Yeah.
So
High school.
a little preview of the vampire Let's Talk is, I don't hate the concept of Twilight, and I will actually mildly defend it, because the concept of a predatorial monster whom is 100 years old but trapped in an adolescent form, preying on easy targets, not actually bad from a storytelling point of view. It's the fact that it's romantic, and I'm like, I actually think Edward was written really well as a monstrous vampire. I just don't think it was a good romance. I don't think he was romanticized, and I'm like, no.
I also learned recently through the TikToks of how Renesmee was born, like how she was able to be, and I'm like, I hate that. I don't like that at all.
Jess and I have also already agreed that vampire reproduction is going to be a talking point, which it was funny because somebody brought that up, and I was like, I already know. I got the answers. I have so many answers for that. So it's going to be fun. And yeah, some people may learn some things about Sam, because like, I was not on the hate Twilight train when Twilight first came out. I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it, but I didn't hate it until Stephenie Meyer herself did some things. And then I was like, no.
Jacob
Also,
forever.
will forever irrationally be betrayed by the fact that Bella is not a reference to Bella Lugosi. I don't care.
Forever. She could have said yes.
I don't care how irrational that is. I don't care how that's not actually her fault or anything. I'm so sad about it, and I will always be sad about it.
I'm a Jacob stan through and through.
No. No, Cody.
The judgment.
It's fine. It's fine.
He forced a kiss on her, and then she broke her hand punching him because she was so with that kiss. And then his answer was basically, whatever.
Oh,
you'll still be mine. But then also imprints on a fetus, Cody. And then he's like, I never loved you. I only loved the unborn egg in your uterus. No,
okay,
Cody.
So let me use those 3 strikes real quick.
I like Jacob because I love werewolves and I don't like vampires. That's really it.
Okay.
Also, Taylor Lautner
here's
was
the
hot.
thing. I don't like poor representation of anything.
Oh yeah, no. Listen, I don't either. But still, out of the war, I was a Jacob fan because. Because I
will say I liked him in the first film. I thought he was fine in the first film, and I never read the books, and I will not read
the books. Yes,
but I speak only from what I know of, because I've seen all the movies. So I speak only from a movie point of view and what I know through interviews, because I'm really big into reading and watching author interviews. So like, but I didn't read the book. So I have no opinion on the books, and I don't say anything about the books because I don't know anything about the books. I speak only from my feelings on the movies. And I like Jacob in the first movie. I thought he was fine.
Yeah.
But then, like, after the first movie, no.
Oh yeah, no. After the first one, I will agree. It was
But I
went
still,
down real quick. I was like, sir.
Also, Vampire Diaries. Yes, look, we'll talk about. I actually really enjoy Vampire Diaries. I do. I enjoy the vampires in Vampire Diaries, and that is definitely something that we will talk about. So yes, I am very intrigued about this because I was also gonna bring up the biblical origins of some vampire myths and like the line of Cain and the line of Lilith. So I haven't heard the Jesus one. That's not
the Jesus.
Also, anyone who's into men should love the movies. That's what's happening. I am into
Listen,
men.
Jessica gets me.
I'm into men and women. I'm just demisexual, so.
And all I know is that the baseball scene in Twilight is lit. That's all I know.
That's fair. I don't know a lot of people hate that scene, but I love it. That
awesome.
is actually a very enjoyable
so cool.
Also, my favorite character was the blonde vampire who gets ripped up, and my friends at the time were like, "Of course, he's your favorite," and I'm like, "He is the best written vampire in that whole movie," and I can't help it. They killed him.
I just don't like how it ended.
If Jacob imprinted on Renesmee because of Bella's egg, does that mean that he was low-key attracted to? See, that's what I need to know. Well, wait, no. Actually, hold on. I do know the answer to this. The answer would be no, because eggs are there since we're born, but sperm get used up and then recreate. Like, it doesn't work the same way.
So for like a hot second, Jacob was like, hold on.
For like a day or so, he was just like, Edward, baby.
He's like, Edward's looking fine. That's okay.
But yeah, so
but see,
eggs and sperm don't. Yeah, eggs and sperm don't actually scientifically function the same way. So it's, yeah.
But he's been dead for over 100 years. I just,
again.
A lot of
questions. Your answers, Cody.
I know you do. And so I'm tuning in for that stream.
Tune in next week to find out.
I got your answers. I got you. Teen Sam had a lot of questions about vampire reproduction.
And she found out.
She found the answers. And then Sam in her 20s learned more about science and biology and found more answers. And so many things. I also will have fictional examples of when I feel it works and when it doesn't work, such as Blade being half vampire because his mother was transitioning while giving birth to him. That's a good example of when a Dampier actually makes a lot of sense. So, yeah, I got your answers, y'all. I know it's not werewolves, but but I was obsessive at one point in time about vampires. All right, so anyhow. I'm going to need a list of Sam's. I sent you my Mila note. I sent you the board, so you'll not only be able to study my list of topics, you'll also be able to study my notes.
The infamous Sam notes.
The infamous Sam notes.
I love Sam notes. I love reading them casually at 4 a.m. and then texting her about it.
I've never read Vampire Academy, so any and all of our references for that will have to come from you. There are answers. That's not true. They're good. I have great answers. My answers are amazing. Okay, how dare you?
She's like, my answers, A+. Their answers, trash.
Concerning implications for days. That's part of my brand.
Yes. Accurate. Hello. Welcome to my channel.
I just randomly the other day thought of Sophie's face when I was just like turkey baster, and I don't even remember why.
Dark Boy Lava Girl.
Oh, that's true.
I remember you told me about those too.
Yeah, she's like Shark Boy Lava Girl. She didn't know, and I was just like turkey base. The things I say with a dead face, just
listen.
fun.
The things I've said at work.
Make sure my fangs are right. I can't wear fangs. My buck teeth are so big you can't see.
My teeth get in the way of the fake teeth.
I don't think I've ever looked as forward to a Monday as I do next Monday. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna have fun. Hopefully, CB's gonna be so concerned because she gets mildly squeamish when we talk about certain things, but she'll be well educated.
I just thought it was so funny. I was like, oh yeah, Sam remembers I don't like vampires, so I'm not part of the stream. But you're like, Sam did not remember this. It was my favorite thing ever.
I was like, I need somebody to talk about vampires with me and Jess. Who's free?
I thought it was so funny.
Like, you don't understand. I have not had to be so meticulous about a schedule in like the whole year, I think, because like CV's like I'm only available 2 Mondays for sure. Then Matt's like
Yeah, my August is pretty full too. So
Yeah.
I only had, I think, like 3 open.
And then there's me. I'm just like, I'm here. Hello.
Yeah,
Hi.
Cody was just like, I will be free whenever you need me free. I'm like, okay, Cody goes over there for he's my filler this month. And so,
hope y'all like my face. You can see it.
And almost nobody was free on the 30th. I'm like, are you all planning a surprise birthday for me?
A surprise birthday for me that no one told me about?
This is like one of those plot lines in a movie where it's like, everybody's busy on my birthday. But it's fine. All right, so we should do the sign out. Everybody but 4 people's left us. We love you, 4 people.
Right, Cody,
you have to do your outros.
Oh,
yeah.
Cody should go first.
Cody do an intro and then immediately follow it with an outro.
We love you, person who just returned.
It's just gonna be the same thing. I say twice. I'll say it twice. I don't care.
Say it backwards for the outro.
Oh God, my brain's not prepared for that.
Do it in a way people will understand.
Listen,
do it hanging upside down from the ceiling.
I spent the entire weekend opening up a store. My brain is just not here. I can't even think. Hello, hi everybody. I'm sorry you missed me during the beginning of the stream. My name is Cody. I'm a gay author that makes gay shit because straight people have had it too good for too long, and it'll never change.
We remembered.
Yep. I was gonna do your intro, and then I'm like, I only remember that part
because it's so good. It's everyone's favorite, and I will never change it. I'm a gay creator likes to make gay shit all the time. Working on my debut novel about werewolves and witches and shit of the source. And what happens when werewolf hunters find out there's a werewolf in their mix? We shall see. And yeah, that's me. Follow me on social media down below. I work at an adult store, so I sometimes, a lot of times, say adult stuff. Not for children.
And I'm Matt. I'm a writer working on my debut fantasy novel. I've also got a pirate short that will be somewhere for you to read at some point. That's a promise. I got social medias down there. I make coffee for money. And follow me on things to keep up to date with all of the little thoughts bumping around in there.
I am so used to you or CB saying, give Sam money. After I say Ko-fi. Then when you said I make money or I make coffee for a living, I was gonna say give Matt money.
Yeah, give Matt money. No, you're right. Give me money.
My brain was instantly like, does he have a coffee Ko-fi? Should we give
Go
Matt
make
money?
one, Matt.
I only have a coffee. I don't have a Ko-fi. I only have the coffee.
You're my apprentice. You can have a Ko-fi.
I was like, we should all make them and then just give each other money.
For anybody,
mainly give Sam money.
For anyone who's new and doesn't understand that, I pronounced it Ko-fi, and everybody kept giving me shit for pronouncing it Ko-fi, so I just said Ko-fi. Now
every time I hear it, it's like, that's Sam, yeah, coffee, Ko-fi.
I have a wonderful blend of chaos.
Chaos and angst.
And angst?
Well, I have a Venmo. Venmo me.
Put it in your link tree.
That'd be great.
You're gonna get messaged after this. Matt, why isn't your Venmo there?
Yeah, exactly. Matt, where's your Venmo? He said he had a Venmo. Where is it? Matt?
I'll just get people requesting money from me every time I say something stupid on stream. Matt, like, yeah, that's $1.
That's $1.
All right, so. And I am Writing Mom, Samantha on Nasset. This is my cat. This is my channel where I talk about writer things, parent things, and writer-parent things. When I post videos, they are on Thursdays because chronic illness is a pain in the ass. And one day I'll be consistent again, but that day is not this week. On Mondays, I am consistent about hosting these live streams where we either do fun productivity and chat streams like today, or we do Let's Talks where we talk about whatever I want, sometimes writing related, sometimes not. Next Monday, not month, next Monday, we will be talking about vampires.
How
the good, the bad, the bloody. How does they fuck? Should they be able to fuck? That's Matt's.
Do vampires be fucking? Question. We need to know.
Do they do it at light speed? Who knows?
To keep up to date on all things Sam, you can sign up to my newsletter linked down below at my website, SamanthaLNasset.com. If you like what I do here and you want to help support me, you can donate to my Ko-fi.
Give
Give Sam money.
I need a new van. And I think that's everything. If that's not everything, the wonderful Fox will yell at me and I'll apologize for not doing
That will
it.
be that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then there's next week where she
I
likes to do it
clicked
again.
the wrong-
And that's okay.
I clicked the wrong sub tab for my little outro screen, so that's why there was that awkward pause. But we will see you next week. Bye.
See ya.